Hello and welcome to the Vice podcast. I am your host, Vice Wolfpack, joined by my co-host.
Definitely not sipping a drink. Azrael, how's it going, guys?
Every single time.
He always gets me at the wrong time.
Welcome to episode 2. Today we're doing something a little bit different. We want to kind of make sure that we're keeping a lot of variety on the podcast. So today we're doing Room 101. So if you don't know what Room 101 is, it's a very simple concept. And it basically is we pick 5 things that we hate, despise, don't like, and we want to shun away from society forever and just cast away. And we lock it in a room called Room 101. So we have picked 5 things.
The PG version, of course.
PG version, yeah, of course. So 5 things that we don't like that we want to put away forever. And we've kind of gone away from your sort of normal cliche things like climate change, government, all that kind of stuff, because it's just boring. So we went into the deep darkness of our
bad people in room 101.
Yeah. Yes, put all the nasty people away. Although some of my kind of falls into that category.
Yeah, but it's a little bit more.
Yeah, a little bit more to it. So yeah, we're gonna start off. Well, Az is gonna start off with his first pick. So what is your first pick to go into Room 101?
Well, you might be a bit, not surprised by this one, but you might be a bit confused as to who I'm dating and why I should not like this. Because now I watch quite a few of them. But I hate musicals. Musicals need to go into Room 101, 100%.
Okay.
100%.
Why? What is it about musicals that
I just hate singing. No one should be that happy all the time. And in musicals, people are that happy and I have to listen to them sing. And it's just like, no, I'm trying to sleep, Mary Poppins. I don't care about a spoonful of fucking sugar right now. All right? Just let me go, let me sleep, and I'll be nice in the morning. Like,
okay.
Too much happiness, too much.
Okay, so on the counter of that, think of Les Mis, which is like probably one of the most miserablest musicals of all time.
Yeah, we've still got singing in.
Okay, but that's not like as jolly. Is it? So is it just singing in general, or is it just like the overbearingness and the over happiness of it all?
I just feel very awkward in any sort of sense where I have to sit there in silence and watch someone sing. There's just something weird about it. Like, I just don't get it. I just don't understand it. Like, they're all very good, but I just don't want to hear it.
Yeah, no, I do get that. It's just
weird. I don't know. I don't like it.
I think there's a weird, like...
Like, the thing is, though, I'll be honest. I'm kind of...
We are being honest.
I'm kind of contradicting myself a little bit because I would go and see things like Lion King.
Okay, yeah.
Like the musical Lion King.
Which is predominantly... But then, like, is that different? Singing, but is that different though? Because like the original Lion King was obviously an animated film, which they have then taken. So is that different because you watched the animated film first and you might have liked that?
Maybe
because they are different, aren't they?
Also, I will admit as well, I do like South Park the movie, and I guess you could count that as a musical.
Yeah, totally.
Maybe it's for happy musicals. I want to put it into Room 101.
Are you sure it's just not Joy?
I mean, that's definitely a pick. The joy should be in there. No one should be that happy at all times. Like, but no, I don't know. I don't like Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. No.
Mary Poppins, I can't stand that. No. I can't stand Mary Poppins.
Sound of Music? No.
So for me, and this is going to sound really bad, but I don't like Mary Poppins because it's like overly British. Yeah, it's like it's too much.
Maybe we should put Britain into Room 101.
I told you, staying out of politics.
Oh, sorry, yeah, of course, my bad.
we can't go into politics. But no, I think I get what you mean. So I enjoy musicals, but there are some that I don't like. So I don't like Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. I don't like Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
Like I struggle with those. But then I've watched Les Mis, and that was phenomenal. I watched Miss Saigon, which was just amazing, but they're a bit more they're a bit more dramatic, a bit more drama based.
Yeah.
But then I watched Wicked, and I thought that was rubbish.
Yeah, I think I've seen Wicked. I've seen a few.
Yeah.
And I don't like many of them.
It was just a one-song musical.
I absolutely hated.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
There's a lot I think maybe it's just old musicals. Although they're all old. Who am I kidding?
What's the latest musical that you've watched?
Like the Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone Debbie was in, and it was good. It was more of a panto actually. It wasn't a musical. I liked it, but it was good. But it just wasn't for me. Like, I don't.
Yeah. Okay, so what? How does it fall into like musicals and panto then? Because they are two different things.
It is very different. See, this is the issue I have now, because now you're making me think. And I still, regardless of what's going to be said, I'm still going to not like them. But like, I can respect people who do it and say, yeah, you were good, but I didn't like it. Not because you were bad, I just didn't enjoy it because it's not what I like.
Yeah, no, totally. And I feel like it's okay to say that as well. Like, I think it's...
Well, that's what I say to people when I've gone to shows and they're like, what did you think? I was like, you were very good, but ultimately it wasn't what I wanted.
See, that's perfect, because that's actually that's an amazing segue into what my choice is. Mm-hmm. So... we're going to put musicals into Room 101. That's our decision. Yeah. We're doing that. I agree.
Because I like people. I like that people want to do them and they'll do them well, and I appreciate that. And I'll be like, you did a very good job. Mm. But I'm not going to be like, that was amazing. It was the best thing I've ever seen, because it's just not me. I'm not gonna. Lord of the Rings is the best thing I've ever seen.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, hands down. I mean,
if you're going to be able to beat me, it needs to be higher than Lord of the Rings. And
don't bother, guys.
Maybe what else could be there? And The Last Samurai. That's where it's kind of got to be.
Yeah.
For me to say that kind of amazingness.
Okay. All right. So we agree that musicals goes into Room 101.
I 100% agree.
Cool. So we're happy that's going in. And so the segue into my first choice. So my first choice is fakeness. So it's like you were saying, like literally to people who appear to be interested but actually aren't interested.
Yeah, I can't do fakeness.
No.
If I don't like something, you will see it in my face. I'm like, yes, good.
Exactly. I mean, that's why we get on so well, because we're just not like bullshitting. We're just straight to the point and we say how it is.
I'm not smart enough to be fake, to be honest. It takes a lot of time to think about what comes out of this mouth.
So obviously there's a level of hypocrisy with my statement, because I used to be like that. I used to be a big, I need to please everyone, I need to please all my friends, I need to please my peers, I need to please like everybody, and like try and be as like rootable for everyone as much as possible.
Is that fakeness though, or is that just, trying to please people? You weren't like, I wouldn't say you were fake. I mean, I don't know.
I think I was before I met you.
Probably not. I've never seen you be fake, but
you ushered me into a new era. I feel like it goes back like where I think when I was younger and I was literally just trying to please everyone, and then as I got more older in life, I'm still a young buck, as you can tell if you're watching the YouTube. If not, just imagine an absolute young stallion on the end of this microphone.
28.
That's the time of recording, I'm 28 years old. But the point is as I got older, I just started to realize that actually, like, I didn't need to be that way. I didn't need to be like saying things that I actually didn't mean, because actually that's worse, because then I'd have to do more of that stuff. So in previous relationships, I would have been made to say, watch films that I said I liked because I was trying to make the other person feel good, and then I was stuck watching the entire Twilight series, which was at the time really bad.
It's such a bad film.
Yeah, and then I was like, well, I'm putting myself through this torment and pain for the other person, and then was it really worth it? The answer is no. It was not worth it. It really was not. So I learned from then, like, it's okay to actually say, do you know what, like, I support you, and I love the fact that you're doing it. I just don't like it. And that's cool.
Yeah.
I got friends who do stuff and like I'm like, yeah, man, that's awesome. Would I go watch it? No. And that's not me going like, I don't support you. It's just, it ain't my thing. And it's probably the same with like people who don't get gaming and who say, oh yeah, I'll watch your stream, but then they don't. I'm like, it's cool. Like, it's not your thing. You don't have to lie to me.
Just say I'm not going to watch it.
Yeah.
Fine.
Like people who might be like, oh, I listened to your podcast, and then you go, oh, did you listen to it? Yeah, it was awesome. And then you bring up something and they go, oh, I must have missed that. And you're like, you didn't listen to it. And that's fine. Like, I'm not going to be offended. Just don't waste my time by saying that you have. And it's also like, yeah, people who are like, oh, I have to please everyone. And then they do things they don't want to do because they just want to stay friendly. Like, it's okay. I'm not going to hate you less because you're not helping or you're not supporting what we do. Like, if anything, I respect you more because you're being honest.
Yeah.
Just don't need that.
Need to be bullshit.
No, life's way too short. I would hate to have thought that I would spend potentially 8 hours of my life, which is very limited, doing something that I did not want to do just to make someone else happy, and then that turns out to be a wasted like time.
Literally,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah, 100%.
Does that make me sound really cynical?
No, not at all. I mean, if it does, it makes me sound cynical too, because I agree. 100%.
But then, okay, so we're going to say that fakeness is going into room 101. Agreed?
100%.
Banging. Right, now, choice 2.
I'm excited by this choice.
For Azrael. This is actually seasonal.
I feel like, well, it might just cut off one part of it and just say cards in general.
Okay, so just cards in general.
Birthday cards, Christmas cards,
Valentine's
cards,
yeah,
any sort of thing.
get well soon
cards,
new house
cards. Yeah, then what's the point of them? Because you see this magical thing I have here called a phone. What I can do
what does this do?
Is go, Happy Christmas, kiss kiss, send, done. I don't need to pay £3 for a card.
£3? Man, how much? No wonder you don't like cards. You're buying them for £3.
I mean, I will buy cards for people. Like, I will admit it's a little bit different now because I don't live at home.
Yeah.
So I will give my sister, like it's her birthday next week.
Yeah.
I bought her a card.
Nice.
You know, I will give her a card. I will give my parents a card. But anybody else, like,
yeah.
Why?
So I shouldn't be expecting a Christmas card from you then?
No. I love you, bro, but I will text you. And if you want me to say Happy Christmas again, just read the text again, mate. Like, I'll put a little GIF on it as well if you want.
Oh, that's even better. See,
it's just,
maybe that's where they're going wrong. So maybe they should put like animated GIFs in cards. Would that make it more appealing?
You still got to send a card, and it seems like a complete waste of time. Like, you know how many
Postage
cards
as well.
Because maybe the issue is as well, I cannot throw out those cards.
Why?
Because someone has gone through
fakeness, man. Don't be fake.
No.
Just tell people you don't like it.
Someone has gone through the passion of giving me a card, and I'm like, well, I can't throw this card away now, can I? So I've got hundreds of birthday and Christmas cards in a box because I can't throw them out because I feel bad. So it's bullshit that I have to send cards to people and they send them to me. Because then I feel bad because I'm like, well, they put time into this.
True. Yeah, I get you.
So we should just get rid of cards altogether and then nobody has to worry about it.
Okay, so what's your solution then? So obviously we're taking away something, and I feel like we have to strongly defend a reason or have an explanation or something that backs up.
Well, you could just say to someone, Happy Christmas. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Nice house.
Yeah. Okay, so
get well soon.
So here's another thing as well then. So like, has anyone ever really been offended that they have not got a card?
My parents.
Really?
When I used to live with them.
Shout out to Azrael's parents.
I'm sure they'll be listening. When I used to live there, I refused to buy them cards. So I would just go, you want a card? I would fold up a piece of paper. Right, Mum, happy birthday from Sam. And give it to him.
I'd love to think that there was like an 8-year-old Azrael
every year
just writing.
Every year they hated not getting a card from me. I was like, why do you need a card? I'm here every day. Like,
I actually completely 100% agree with you. I don't send cards, and my relatives know this. My partner knows this, and everyone else around knows this. I maybe it's the eco warrior in me. Mm.
Yeah, again, plus, of course, that's another part of my...
Exactly.
I definitely even had thought about that part.
Yeah. Fuck the planet. No, it's yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. I've never ever been like overjoyed or wowed to have a card from someone. It's a nice gesture, but like it is the exact same as saying it to someone.
Exactly.
And now we live in a way easier virtual world where we can communicate at the click of a button. It's almost more immediate, and I actually think that's cooler.
I still have to pay 32p for a stamp as well, or however much it is.
But yeah, exactly. Well, it's probably not even that. It's way more expensive than that, isn't it? for a single step. Second class, saving you money.
Why do we need to do this?
Doesn't even arrive on the same day, does it?
I
You have to send it before, and then the surprise is gone, because then they open it up and they're like, oh, it's not my birthday today.
Oh, you got me. It's just unnecessary these days.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I'm more than happy to throw gift cards. Is it gift cards? Would you say, or is it just?
No, gift cards are great.
Gift cards are great. Get the money. Yeah.
Give me the gift cards, guys.
Top your boys up. Send them through. Yeah.
PlayStation Store gift cards, yeah, they're good.
Exactly.
But cards, they just don't need.
No, I completely agree. Okay.
Clinton cards don't need to be here anymore.
Yeah. What about all those poor people? What are they going to do with their jobs?
They'll find other jobs.
But we're saving the planet, which is the most important.
There's so many jobs around. I'll give you a job. We're hiring.
You heard it. There you go. All right, so Christmas cards, birthday cards, condolences cards.
Okay, that made me sound harsh. You didn't have to say condolences, you know.
Well, isn't that the same though? Can you just message someone, sorry for your loss?
Yeah, but...
No,
but when you go straight up and go... condolences cards because he's a bastard and he doesn't want people to have nice things.
You know I'm always going to angle to make you look like the bad guy.
I am the bad guy.
Exactly.
We know this.
Right, cards are going into room 101.
Yeah, definitely.
So we go to my second choice now. And this is Keyboard Warriors. So it's relatively simple. Yeah. Is people who insult others, events, movies, or games online. And it's honestly, it's why I hate social media. Like, I just think that, like, social media could be such a better place where everyone's just, like, celebrating everyone's good stuff. Or if they're having a bad time, you can perch someone up and pick them up, all that kind of stuff. But I'm just over the over negative people who have nothing better to do in their time than literally sit at home and just write crap every single day.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just pointless. It's just absolutely pointless. It's like... It's even things like people who think that they're funny but they're not, and they write sarcastic comments on people's like posts or like news articles and stuff. Like there's a fine line between being funny and like saying something witty or like bantery, but then there's like the line where you're literally just trying to insult another person because you think it's funny. I just don't get that kind of humor. Yeah, and I just don't understand that level of just like stupidity. I just don't get it. And then it also like with like game reviews and stuff, people who are just literally just shit on a game and they've not even played it.
It's like, EA shit.
Yeah, boycott them. Like why? Like just like have your own opinion. Like, are we now living in like a world where we have to base our own opinions on other people's reviews? Like what constitutes like Bob 101's like comment on like a film and he's just shitting on it because he doesn't like the director or something? How should that change your opinion? Because I like to think that we live in a massive review-based world now. Like, I'm guilty of it myself. Like, I won't watch a film that has been rated under like 6 stars on like IMDb.
I will go out of my way to watch that film.
Really?
I want to know just how shit it has to be be just destroyed like that. I love it. I love watching crap films like that. See, but like Wrestlers vs Zombies.
Oh yeah,
best movie ever.
That was so good. But like, it's like surely you can form a basis on it, and you can like try and get your own opinion by reading a synopsis. Did that interest me? No. Does that sound good? Yeah, sure. But like people who literally just go on there and just review bomb things, it's just pointless. Like, I don't understand the intention for it. I don't understand why someone would do that. Like, surely you have better things to do with your time. Like, if something really annoys you in life and you have to feel like you have to write about it every single day, like, can't you just walk away from it and just try and be happy?
What I like is, like, especially with like stuff online, like there'll be articles which people will write, and there'll be like 30,000 comments, and we'll just like, it's just 30,000 people going, oh, why'd you do these articles? They're so bad. It's such a terrible thing. It was like, you're commenting on it?
Yeah.
30,000 people have commented on it and pressed the like button. Why do you think they keep doing these reports? Like, idiots.
That's the best thing.
Because they're fishing. I love it. It's
exactly.
brilliant.
It's the same with like, I mean, so obviously we're big wrestling fans, and like one thing that wrestling articles will do is they'll be like, former WWE superstar has been released. So you're like, okay, so you want to click on that, and then when you click on it, they get money from it, right? That's how it all works. So it's exactly the same as those companies doing it. But if it annoys you, just unfollow it. It's like people all the time on like Lad Bible, they're like, why are you posting all of this like sexualized content? Because you're clicking on it, man.
Because you're clicking on it and commenting and posting and sharing.
That's
and
just boosting algorithms, so it means that post is going to be even more successful than any other post. If you don't like it, just unfollow it. It's so easy. And that's another thing, right? You can lead into this. You can lead into this, right? It's the same thing, right? If you don't like someone on social media, just don't follow them. It doesn't matter. Like, what are they going to do?
Cheek, lads.
Oh, you unfollow me? Yeah, because I don't like the stuff you post. Fair enough. We're all good. And it's just, I could go on and on. But I think it's safe to say that, cool your boy down. I think it's safe that we can. Are you happy to put keyboard warriors?
No, I'm not. Yeah. Of course I am. Of course I am.
Good, right, they're going in. Right. Let's move on to choice 3 from Azrael.
I mean, this kind of runs in. This can run in with yours.
Okay, so it's another nice segue.
Well, yeah, because, video game superiority. It can run into keyboard warriors. You see it all the time. Like, people are going on about, PS5. When the PS5 and Xbox was released, and like somebody would do like a post saying, the difference between a PS5 and an Xbox. You just be over people going, PS5 shit, lols.
Try not to tap too much on the desk.
Sorry.
Apologies if he's been banging on the desk the entire time. You're going to hear this through the mic.
I probably have.
Sorry.
I'm a fidgeter.
He's a big fidgeter.
But yeah, they'd be like, PS5 shit. You're like, why? Because Sony suck. Yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, what's
like,
the explanation? Why?
Like, why?
Oh, just don't like it.
It's just like, doesn't matter. There's no. If you got an Xbox, it doesn't mean you're better. You got a PC, doesn't mean you're better.
Just have all three like me.
If you got, you got a PlayStation, it doesn't mean you're better. Like, nobody cares. So why are you on about it?
Yeah. No, I completely agree. So to fill in for people who might not know about like video game superiority, can you explain it in like the simplest of ways?
Well, I guess years ago,
oh god, we're going deep.
Well, when the PS3 and the Xbox 360 that would have been the one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it came out. Maybe you could have gone. There's a bit of a war here. Like they're actively trying to get you
start
to
the console
one or the other.
Yeah.
But nowadays, no one gives a shit.
Mm.
I've had the PS3, I've had an Xbox, I bought a PS5 because I had a PS4. I prefer the console. Doesn't matter. No one cares. There's not a war anymore. It's just, there's cross-play, there's everything. Nobody cares.
It's all linked, isn't it?
Just because you got a fancy $2,000 PC and a mouse, it doesn't mean you're any better than me, alright?
And a mouse!
Like, it doesn't... I can still beat you at games. Like, I can play shooters better than you. It's like...
Yeah.
You probably could anyway. I suck at them. But it doesn't mean you're the best in the world. And everyone's like, PC gaming superior, yay! Just piss off.
It shouldn't matter, should it?
No, play a game and get out of my life. Like, seriously. It doesn't matter. If you play on a PC, I don't care. If you play on a PS5, I don't care. Can I play against you? Yes. Then let's play.
Yeah. No, I'm exactly the same.
Fuck off.
It just, it doesn't, I don't, like, again, it does, it blends with the keyboard warrior stuff. It goes back into it a lot. And it's like, I don't understand where there's like this horrible hatred for like opposing things have come from. And this will tie into another one of my choices later on.
It's when you get into the really big nerds of it. It's like, the Xbox actually has a better processor than the Sony PlayStation 5, so it's a lot better, and that's why it's shit. You're just like, nobody cares, mate. Just get on with it, pick one.
Exactly.
It's still going to be powerful enough.
Yeah. And people are like, oh, well, PlayStation's got its own exclusive games, and then you have like Xbox has its own thing as well, and it's like, but
I hate exclusivity.
It doesn't matter, does it? Like, it should be available for all, right? Like, if anything, it increases revenue for the studio.
Yeah.
It's not damaging to any like sales overall. And if people have a preference, like I would say that like, well, I thought that I preferred the Xbox controller, but getting a PS4 recently and playing with that and how slim and beautiful it is, I'm like, oh, maybe actually I quite like the feel of this.
Yeah. But
then the PlayStation 5 controller is really bulky.
It's a bit bulky, yeah.
And I'm like, well, I don't know if I like this so much. And I guess there's a difference between preference.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Like, I have my own preference between what I prefer. Like, I would probably say I'm more of an Xbox fan than a than a PlayStation fan, but I grew up playing 360 way more than. But then I had a PS2, and I barely played PS3. But that doesn't mean I hate PlayStation. Here's another thing as well. If someone who's like banging on about PlayStation's is more superior than Xbox, he said, "Well, would you take an Xbox right now and give it to you?" They're going to say, "Yeah."
Oh yeah,
and they're going to play it.
So yeah, of course I will, mate.
So like, what difference does it make?
I don't know.
I just think it's unnecessary hatred for silly sake. So that's why it's going into room 101.
Get it in there.
Get it in there. All right, so we'll move on to choice 3 from me. And
which one's this? Oh,
it's a bit of a naughty one. Ooh. So apologies for the prudes.
Bit of naughtiness.
But this is going to make me sound like such a loser.
He's so frigid, this boy.
I am. I'm really frigid, as you know. And it is. It's not just I've written it differently. So
you don't need to explain yourself.
I'm embarrassed.
Tell
Why?
Tell the people.
Tell the people. It's overdone sex scenes in film and TV. It's just unnecessary. And I think
there's a lot.
It was always fine. Like you know when it's gonna happen because they like jump on the bed. Out. Or like before, we'll say before Game of Thrones, because that's probably the thing that changed, like, what was acceptable.
Game of Thrones was
right?
Pre-T.
That's probably the thing for me that really blew. I mean, there's probably more, and apologies if I got the wrong thing that really broke it into the mainstream.
I had to watch Bridgerton with Debbie. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I've never seen so much.
I understand why the other sex like it a lot. But for me, it's just a bit overdone. Like, it doesn't change the way that I view like, if for example, like if you had it in a TV show and you were just building up to this moment, like you know it's happening, so I don't need to see the whole thing. Mm-hmm. It's just a little bit uncomfortable. And then I also think I go a bit too deep with it, and I go like, God, that must be really awkward for the actors to do that. And then I'm like, oh, imagine being on that film set and like, imagine being the boom mic operator.
I feel like I
holding the mic
going.
Yeah, right. Feels so good. But like, it's just unnecessary. It doesn't improve a show. Like, I don't think that. I mean, maybe someone else could justify it, but I personally don't.
If Lord of the Rings had a sex scene, would you be more interested in it?
No.
Seen a bit of dwarf on dwarf action.
God, no one tosses a dwarf.
Just imagine Gimli and Aragorn. You're gonna have to toss me. It would be very different, wouldn't it?
But it's like Arwen and Aragorn, right? You don't ever see them do
it. But you know they did.
Yeah, you know they go to town on one another. But like, you don't need to see it. Like, it's actually, I think it's more poetic and more deep and beautiful in a story if it's not shown, because I think it's a form of purity and it's just a bit there. And like, and you can show like making out or whatever. I'm
always happy to see a bit of titty, you know.
Fair enough. Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, ain't complaining, but like, it's just. I watched. So I'm a big Sean Bean fan, and me and my mother.
Oh God.
We decided when Game of Thrones first came out and no one knew anything about it, we decided to watch it together.
Oh, Jesus.
And then, like, one of the first things that you see is Peter Dinklage getting his little peen sucked off by
his little peen.
Yeah.
How dare you? Peter Dinklage has a massive peen. Thank you very much, good sir.
Sorry.
Just because he's a dwarf.
Sorry.
Does not mean.
If you're listening, Peter Dinklage, I'm going to apologise for getting the size of your penis wrong. But
please, we'll send you a free t-shirt, Peter, alright? Please.
What size would it be?
Oh, dude!
I didn't want to know! I don't know what size he wears, man. Anyway, I had to watch that with my mum, and then we continued watching season 1, and right towards episode 1, you see Cersei and Jaime like in the tower, right? I'm like, that was probably mild then, and then it gets way, way, way worse to the point that it was really uncomfortable to watch it with my.
I can imagine that watching that with your mum would be a bit awkward. Just be like.
I was like, shall I pop the kettle on now?
I would love a cup of tea now, mother.
Exactly. So it's like, no, I made the tea, man. I'm a gent. How dare you?
Excuse me.
So I just feel like it's not. It doesn't change anything in the story if you see it. It doesn't add anything. And for me, I find the crassness and the overbearingness of it to be more like I don't know what the intention is. Like, is it to push boundaries? Is it to make people talk about it and go, how absurd this was? Because this was that's what Game of Thrones thrived on, wasn't it? It was the shock value. Yeah. I can't believe that happened. I can't believe we saw tits left, right, and center.
Oh, Jesus!
My God! So, like, I don't understand now where it lies and what's the importance of it. Like, what's the intention? Like, it doesn't. Like we said, Lord of the Rings is the best film trilogy of all time, right? It doesn't have anything in it. It doesn't need it because it still tells you a lot.
It's not even any tits.
Yeah, and you don't need it. Like, it doesn't change anything. Like, it just, and it's even for the male side as well. Like, it doesn't over-sexualize male physique or anything in any way. Like, and I get that there's reasons why people watch that kind of stuff, and that's fine. Like, it's not what the point is. But the point I'm trying to make is that it's just overdone. Like, you can insinuate a love-making scene without it being overbearing.
Can you imagine if the Lord of the Rings series are bringing out, they put in nudity?
Well, it's funny you mention that because they've already started an online petition to not have sex scenes and no nudity in it.
Yeah.
And it's like over 50,000 signatures already.
That'd be interesting. I don't know.
I don't want to see it. I don't need to see it.
I wouldn't care if it's in it, but it doesn't need to be.
No.
I don't want to see Gollum getting it on,
If you want to indulge in that kind of content, I feel like there's lots
that's
more of that kind of content out there for people to watch.
That's what the hub's for. I've heard along the grapevine.
Well, yeah. And it's the same with erotic fiction, isn't it? Like, there's a time and a place, and I think and I get the sometimes trying to be edgy by merging both of them together can be artistic.
Shades of Grey.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. And but I just don't know, man. It's just not for me. So that's why I feel we should put it in Room 101. What do you think?
No, I'm happy. I'm happy for things to go in. You want it in? Let's get it in.
Let's shove it in. Let's shove it in.
Let's shove it in there. As fast as you can, straight into the room.
It's in Room 101. All right, so choice 4. Now this one I think is going to get a bit personal.
This is very personal, actually. I've saved the best for last, though.
Me too.
Bit of controversy, but this one, so I don't know who knows this, but people might have heard along the grapevine that I'm colourblind, and
I'm not laughing at that. I'm just
having a bit of a giggle there, aren't you?
I'm sorry.
There's nothing worse than being a colourblind person and someone asking you, and when you tell someone, "Oh yeah, I'm colourblind, so that's not going to be able to see," they're like, and then they look at you and go, "What colour's this then?" You just want to punch them in the face, honestly. And then they spend the whole next day just asking you stupid questions like, "What colour is this? And how do you see traffic lights? And what colour is this? And what do you see then?" And it's just, I hate them.
It's the accent for me.
The accent.
What colour is this then?
I can be honest, that accent is not an impression of anyone, so nobody can get angry. I'm not talking about any particular person.
Yeah, and it's a safe space where we can, we vent out our frustrations and our views.
I've met a lot of people in my life, and they all have way too many questions when I tell them I'm colourblind. Asking me if I see a dog in black and white is not an acceptable, correct question to ask me. Asking me, what colour's this then, when I've just told you I can't see colour, is not going to get a straightforward reply. It's going to get a sarky comment from me.
So I guess there's a bit of. So I can fully admit that I was one of those people that was
everyone does it. Every single person in the world does it.
But mine is genuinely out of. It's not let's take the mick out of you. It's okay, so because I know that there's different types of colour blindness.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay. And then you told me which ones and you showed me a visual and I was like, oh, okay, I understand. And for me, it was all about education. Now I take the mick out of him for it because I can. Because I'm his best friend and I love the guy. So I have a free pass. But ignorant people out there, how dare you? How dare you? Only I'm allowed.
It's just constant. It's constant.
So you get this a lot, don't you?
Oh yeah, as soon as someone finds out I'm colourblind, it's just a daily thing of what colour is this then? It's funny. The people I work with do all the time, and it's just funny because I work with them and it's hilarious. The amount of times I'll be there and like, because obviously we have gingerbread men and they have like buttons on them and different colour buttons on them, and then like a customer will ask me like, oh, could I have a pink one or a green one? And, like, I'm just like, you're gonna have to point because I don't know which one it is, and I can just hear like some other people behind me just laughing at me, and I'm just like, you bastards. But it's fine because like I like them and we get along.
Yeah, sure, yeah. Everyone gets the people that you know get a pan.
But it's just like when you first tell someone and it's just the constant.
And it's like, it's not, I feel like a lot of the time, because I've been around people who've not known, I mean like a lot of the time it is take the mick rather than, what it is.
I can take the mick, it's funny, it doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're the one who's got it, so.
It's just the principle that when it first starts, I don't want to hear.
Yeah.
Just be like, okay, yeah, cool. And then like, you know, an hour later, maybe chuck in a joke and it'll be hilarious.
Yeah.
At the right time.
Test the water, but don't
All you need to do is give me an hour and I'll probably say something wrong. Yeah. And then that's when you really hit me with a good zinger.
Yeah.
And I will laugh for days.
Yeah.
And it would be brilliant.
I remember one of my favourite things, I don't know why I'm saying this, but it's funny to me and you like it as well. We were making a character on our wrestling game. A part of our promotion that we're launching real soon. Our virtual wrestling promotion, AAW. Nice little plug there, which will be coming to Twitch real soon. And you decided to make a guy and you thought that all of his colours were gold. You called him like the golden standard.
It was grade 10.
It was grade 10, the golden standard.
Grade 10, the golden standard, yeah.
But his colour was green.
It looked like a fucking tennis ball.
A tennis ball.
Yeah, that was a good moment.
Oh man, it's so good. It's so good. I shouldn't laugh, it's not funny. But it is, because I'm allowed to laugh. But the ignorant people out there, you're not allowed to.
But yeah, so that is my fourth.
I mean, that's 100% going in.
100%.
100%.
If it doesn't, then I'm walking
there's no
out.
fairness in the world.
I'm walking out.
There's no fairness in the world. Okay, so we'll move on. So this one, I feel like I'm going to get a lot of heat for.
I don't think you will, because you're doing it it's for the right reason.
Yeah, and we probably should have started with this. Any views or opinions discussed in this podcast are the entire opinions of us alone. Okay.
God, what are you saying next? What's happening now?
I hate football fans.
Let's carry on with that, because you don't just hate football fans. Otherwise you hate me.
No. I don't hate football fans. I hate I guess you would classify as stereotypical football fans.
They're not fans.
No, they're hooligans, right?
Yeah,
so hooligans is probably the right way of putting it. So it's people who literally attend football like things and are just abusive, just beat people up, who just go there and do discrimination and like being racist, and just nasty kind of vulgar people. I hate it. I just don't stand it. I cannot get on board with it. But that's the worst thing of it. Now this is the part that would like pee people off. It's the my team is better than your team, so I just hate you, and I hate the way that you see things. That. I just can't get on board with that.
No, I hate that. I mean, I'm a Tottenham fan.
Yeah.
So I hate Arsenal, I hate Chelsea, I hate West Ham.
Yeah. But why? Like, what is it that's like ingrained?
I don't hate them.
Yeah, I know.
It's just...
But like what? But like I don't...
If there's any team I want to beat, it's one of those three. I love the players of Chelsea. I love the players of West Ham. I love some of the players in Arsenal.
some.
To be fair, like I used to hate every single player at Arsenal because I just didn't like them. I didn't think they were good footballers. I didn't think they were good people. I didn't think anything. But now, the team's good. I like the team. I don't want them to win.
Yeah,
but I still like the team.
But that's because you support a team and you want that team to do well.
Yeah.
But like, where is this nastiness for like, as a fan to be like,
it's just culture.
I hate... Yeah, but like, that's the thing. So it's the football culture, isn't it?
People think that, they're our rivals, so we got to hate them. You don't.
Yeah, but like, so where does this come from?
It's just past, isn't it? It's just throughout the years, you always have this. It's just ingrained in the football culture, so you'll never get rid of it.
No, because it's a great way to make money, isn't it? Like,
you
think about that. Rival matches will sell out way more than your average fixture.
Will be a sellout every single time, and it will be a huge spectacle. Barcelona versus Real Madrid.
Yep.
Anything like that, it's going to be. You need to have rivalries in football. You just don't need to have
I guess it's the same as like
stupid people in
football. It's like, in a weird way, it's like wrestling, isn't it? Like you're only as good as your rival, and like you're building almost like a story with it and like a background with it.
Yeah.
I think the thing is it's the nastiness of it, like the hate and like
I don't mind. I like a bit of nastiness. There needs to be like an edge to the game, you know. There needs to be like, you know, if Tottenham are playing against Arsenal, both teams will be fighting as hard as possible to win that game.
But shouldn't they do that anyway? Like, shouldn't your mentality all the time be to win and to be the best?
But it's like, I guess it's like with any job. You know, sometimes you go to work thinking, I'm just gonna.
I'm sorry, if I was paid $250,000 a week, I would not go in and ham it up.
Well, in the perfect world, you wouldn't, would you? But at the same time, to them, they're used to getting paid that now, so it's not going to be an issue for them. Like,
maybe that's where the drive and like that hunger is gone for, like, because you see a lot of it tends to be like a lot of great footballers are young in their prime because they're hungry to get to the top, and then when they get there, they just stop.
100%.
Because where's the drive? Where's the incentive to be even better? Like
sometimes, that's going to happen.
And then they pawn them off for like crazy money. And I mean, we could go into football in general is a bigger thing because we could go further and further into it.
When people start to talk about how much footballers get paid and why it's unfair, it really frustrates me.
Okay.
Because it's a privately owned business. It's got nothing to do with us, how much they get paid. You could say like, they go get paid enough, like, you know, the NHS should get paid more. It's like, of course they should, but they're not going to because that would come out of our pockets.
Yeah, no, totally.
I would love for nurses to get paid thousands of pounds more, but it's going to come out of my pocket at the end of the day, and I can't afford that.
Yeah, and if you don't like the way that footballers are paid, then don't support it.
Yeah, like, this is what it is. Like, these rich billionaires want to just pay someone $600,000 a week to play football.
Yeah, no, I completely get
it. That's still $300+ grand going to the NHS.
Yeah,
through wages. So that's
from the people who obviously pay tax.
They trust me. Do you think they couldn't get away with paying tax on their base wage? It's still with the little backhanders where they get it. The base wage,
sponsorships and stuff.
That's what you want.
No,
pay them as much as they want in the basic wage because that's half of that's going to someone who's actually going to need it. So.
Yeah, well, exactly. No, it's. I mean, that's a whole nother can of worms.
Yeah, let's cancel all of that.
In terms of that, we're going back to the the thuggish behaviour. The
racism, like
the racism,
Euro Cup.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's not even that as well.
We missed 3 penalties, and sadly, everybody who missed a penalty was black.
Yeah.
And what happened the next day? Horrible fucking abuse of these players. And as soon as those 3 players missed, I was just like, shit.
Yeah, you just knew, didn't you? And it's
because it's not their fault.
And that's another thing as well. Like it's even that kind of like culture as well. Like this is a weird thing to say, but like imagine going into a coffee shop and going to a barista. You're shit. You shouldn't be doing what you're doing.
That's what I do.
Right? But why is it you would never do that? But why is it okay to do that to a football player?
Oh, because everyone said, well, they get paid all this money, I'll say what I want.
But like again, that's irregardless, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Like in a real thing, like that's still a human being. Like money should never come into a factor when it comes to that kind of stuff. Like
100%.
You know, anyone's success is their own success, and they've earned it in some way. Like nothing is given for free. Like it's just not, and there's always a stem to it.
Yeah.
But like it's never acceptable to be like, why are they playing? They're crap. Like, that person's probably ground so much of their own time to get to the top of their craft.
I do find it funny when grown-ass fat men this player's crap, and it's like a 23-year-old who's playing for maybe West Ham in the first team and earning 30-40k a week.
Yeah.
And this big grown-ass fat was like, he's crap, I can do a better job than them. I'm just like, please, I want to see you. Because out of my entire world... This team wanted that player to play in this particular role, and he's playing week in, week out.
Exactly. And I feel like it's funny, isn't it? And again, that goes back to the keyboard warrior-esque thing. Like, people who feel like they can just say shit like that, but like, actually, if they were in that position, feeling the pressure of what a competitive game is, like you said with the 3 players who missed the penalty, like can you imagine the weight of the world on your shoulders stepping up to kick that ball and then missing it? Right, that's the worst thing you could ever happen.
Especially for a black guy.
Yeah,
Because
which is
they
just
know.
horrible.
They know in their heads, like...
Which is just so horrible.
I know,
And that's why
it's
hooligans
ridiculous.
and abuse of nature, discrimination, racism, and football should just go straight into room 101.
100%.
That is exactly why
Do it.
I believe it. Yeah.
Push it all in.
Ooh,
The
yeah.
room's going to be pretty crowded.
It is, but we're in there now. And now we're going to put someone else in there. And this is your final choice. Choice 5. I cannot wait to hear you explain this.
I can't wait to hear the people...
Oh, is this where the podcast fails? Is this where it all
No,
ends?
this is where it begins, man.
Woo, let's go, baby. All right.
Because we're going to have episodes of people who are arguing the case.
Okay. Hit
Harry Potter needs to go into room 101.
Harry Potter.
The whole Harry Potter.
Okay. I feel like there's so many ways we could start this off, but why?
Now, I'm going to firstly say, as a disclaimer, for Harry Potter Hogwarts Legacy game, I think one looks quite good and I'm looking forward to actually playing it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Because it looks like it could be fun.
Yeah, definitely.
But
Here we go.
the entire principle of the Harry Potter movies are terrible.
Why?
Because, but let's break it down.
Try not
You
to bang
have-
the table at an
You have
angry age.
one all-powerful,
Yeah.
ridiculously strong dark wizard, yeah, who can kill people with a spell because he's allowed to use it.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You have a high school,
That's a high school.
okay? Full of students who know fuck all about magic and maybe 5 or 6, like, good wizards, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Who wins? Who's going to win in that battle?
Well, Harry Potter, obviously.
so hold on. Think of it this way. If Lord Sauron
Yeah.
went to attack Buckler's Mead, who's going to win?
Firstly, Buckler's Mead is a school that we attended when we were in secondary school.
I didn't. Can I just...
He didn't know.
Oh, Buckler's crew. Buckler's crew. Who's going to win?
Oh, yeah. I mean, okay, I have to stop you there. So there is a difference between
No.
Lord Sauron.
No, there's no difference.
Yes, there is.
This is...
because they're wizards, man.
Okay, Voldemort and Buckler's Mead.
It's not the point.
Yes, it is.
not.
Yes,
No.
it is. Because this is a Dark Lord who has been practicing magic for years with hundreds of uber vicious, crazy dark magicians.
Right, yeah.
Who know all these spells which can kill people instantly.
Yeah.
And then you've got some 15-year-olds who's had a couple more too many monsters, who's just learned a couple of spells to be like, protect me.
Yeah, I agree on that.
And who's going to win?
But it's...
Everyone says like, oh yeah, but they had Dumbledore.
Well, he didn't, 'cause he died.
Well, exactly. And it's
Spoiler, sorry. If you don't know.
yes, but they had Professor McGonagall as well.
Yeah.
It's like nobody cares. Like this is still like a whole army of dark wizards who can use spells that kill you instantly.
No, I completely agree with you.
And everyone else just goes, Wingardium Leviosa. It just doesn't make any sense.
And Harry Potter is like actually shit at magic. Like
he's not a good magician.
He gets so lucky in every like book and film. He gets so
He's
lucky.
not a good magician at all.
If he didn't have like anyone else, he'd be screwed.
Yeah,
like
he'd be
even
dead.
in the Philosopher's Stone, like he wouldn't be able to get past those challenges
He'd be dead.
without Hermione. Like straight off from the bat.
He'd be dead.
And the way that it ends, I actually agree, it is crap.
It's terrible. The whole premise of it is just...
It's the whole thing of love is the most powerful spell, isn't it? Yeah.
I just can't. It just doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense. Like, you know...
What
the
other
actors
things
are
do you
young.
hate about it? What other
The
things?
acting is terrible.
So are we on about just the films, or are we doing books as well?
I've read the books. Like the books seem a bit better,
Yeah.
but like the whole story just doesn't. You have powerful wizards, and that's the best story you can come up with. A school. Like, how does this Dark Lord just go? He's killed his 2 parents, right? Kill a baby. Oh, dead. Through the power of love.
The power of love.
I didn't know that was a bloody magic spell.
Love's the strongest power of magic, isn't it? It's the strongest.
No, it's bloody not. If I had a Gundian point
Have you
of view,
ever read
said,
Fairy Tale?
Callum really loves me. He's not going to go, all right then, and just walk off, is he?
her instead.
It just doesn't make any sense. So like,
Yeah, I think the strength is, well, the story's supposed to be about like how love is the purest form of magic, isn't it? And that's how he
these
defeats
Horcruxes.
it. But it's
like,
so BS.
And I'm pretty sure, didn't they have like a time traveling watch or something at one point, which suddenly just disappeared when they could have used it?
Yes, which they use in the third film, don't they?
Why didn't they just use that again? Go, well, why don't we just go back to when he tries to kill Harry and just stab him in the back?
Think of all the lives that would have been saved. You know, all the people that died along the way could have been saved. Because it messes with the time.
And what does Dumbledore do? Doesn't he like sacrifice himself or some bullshit like that? I don't know.
Yeah, he like falls off the tower, doesn't he? The most powerful magician of all time. I think so, anyway. Or someone kills him.
Know.
Yeah, he gets killed. I think, is it Malfoy kills him?
He's not that powerful then if little shit kills him. Like, hello, I know magic. I'm an all-powerful wizard. Oh, you got me. Gandalf's not going to fall for that shit, is he?
Exactly, and there's a difference.
I think that's also a big thing. Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings came out at the same time.
Yes.
And I wanted to watch Lord of the Rings because Harry Potter was about little children.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings was about massive goblins and Balrogs and Gandalf.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, it's just terrible. It's just not good.
No,
the video games were okay.
Yeah, the video games are good. The books are good. I agree with you with elements of the films. I cannot stand the child
acting in it. Now they're pushing so much.
Yeah, now it's everywhere.
Everywhere. It does not need to be everywhere.
The Harry Potter studios are awesome. It's worth a visit.
Yeah, I can imagine that being good.
But that's because I love films and I love seeing sets and props.
That sort of thing would be cool. Like, I'm not against the whole thing in general. I just think it's just not as good as everyone makes out to be. It's not like this. J.K. Rowling's not that good at making stuff. Like, you know, she's got all this money.
Yeah.
And she got lucky. Like, it's not a great story. Like, the story's so weak.
But then, like, think of Twilight. Like, could you say the same about Twilight?
Oh, 100%. Everybody knows Twilight's crap. That's why there's nothing about it anymore. That's why literally it just vanished off the face of the earth because people were like, wait a minute, this is shit. It's like, why have we been pushing this for so long? It's terrible. I watched one film.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is it? Why are the vampires shining?
It was weird, wasn't it? And then like the CGI
even the main actors fucking hate that film. Like, that is not a good sign.
Kristen Stewart's performance was just so bad. It was just so wooden.
Was she acting? I just thought she was
just there.
What?
It's just, she was just literally living in the moment.
I'm a vampire. Does she become a vampire? I don't actually know. I only watched the first one.
She does. It's the only way to save her with her baby. Right?
What? It's a baby.
Yeah.
Aren't they like
Have you not seen like it's the worst CGI baby of all time?
No, I've only seen the first one and
yeah, it's not great. No.
I love vampires, but that was terrible.
And I love wizards and magic, and I think that... I mean, Harry Potter's done good stuff in terms of, like, making wands cool again. Because that was something that was never really...
Are wands cool again?
Well, I mean, people love it.
Yeah, but are they cool?
I think people love it.
Alright.
It's not as cool as a staff.
Exactly. A wizard staff. That's what you want, not a little... Where's my wand?
Here's the thing that I hate probably the most in Harry Potter, and it is tied to Harry Potter because it's in Fantastic Beasts, is how Dumbledore has got like long grey like hair and a big ass beard, and then they cast Jude Law to play him, and he's wearing like a suit and looking slim and hot.
Hey, everyone's young once.
Yeah, but like I think there's only like 20, 30 years between Fantastic Beasts and then like Harry Potter, like the first Harry Potter thing, I think. I might be wrong.
He must have started growing that beard straight away.
But it's just crazy. And also, why is he wearing a suit and then like goes into fucking bag ass robes?
I mean, it would be a lot cooler if Dumbledore was a hipster.
Yeah, well,
just in a suit with a that would be cool. But isn't like the thing I also hate about it is that like everybody argues about stuff in the Harry Potter lore, and they go like, yeah, but it's actually the lore. It's like, why? Because someone said it was like. Neville Longbottom's actually a woman, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, they're just making shit up at this point.
But they've already contradicted themselves because they've gone back on different things. Like McGonagall's in Fantastic Beasts when the time period that her being there doesn't work.
Yeah,
and then like Dumbledore's got a brother, but he was never mentioned before. It's like, it's so weird.
That's what annoys me as well. Like, they've literally like contradicted themselves, and then J.K. Rowling's like, yeah, definitely, that was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
And like, they made a big deal about Dumbledore being gay or something, isn't it? Like, I don't care.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and that's another thing as well. Like, it shouldn't matter.
Why do I have to be told? If he's gay, he's gay. Like,
yeah.
do you, man? Like,
yeah. It shouldn't matter, but it's.
Why does it have to be a whole Twitter feed about it? Like, I don't get it. Like, why? Just
the hate is strong.
I don't need to know if Neville Longbottom has a dog, like called John Bon Jovi. I don't know. Like, I don't care. All you nerds don't have to tell me this. He's got a dog called
John Bon Jovi.
Like, I just don't get it. Why? Why do they have to have so much of this stupid backstory, which isn't even? And they're like, yes, but it's canon. Actually, thank you very much. Like, it's like, no.
I mean, it's only canon if it's written from the author.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
And then they'll like tell J.K. Rowling something, and she'll be like, no, that's not true. It's like, yes, it is.
Yeah,
thank you very much. And like, I should know. I wrote the whole thing.
Yeah. Okay, well, all right. Well, I'm happy to put.
I'm not done. No, I'm kidding.
We gotta wrap it up soon. Jeez.
I'm done. With
right. Okay. Good. Harry Potter is going in.
Send any of your comments straight to me.
Yes.
We'll talk about Harry Potter some more.
Do it. We'll do socials at the end. All right. So we're gonna wrap this up with perhaps the most important thing to go into room 1.
See, I might have to fight you on this one because I like this.
Oh God, no! This is where the friendship ends. So my last choice to put into room 101 is a song. You'll know it. You'll hate it. Well, some people don't. People love it. It's Mr. Brightside by The Killers.
'Cause I'm Mr. Brightside.
That's my reason. Right there. That right there.
It's
right.
the club. You end the clubs with it.
No.
Chuck it on, everyone leaves.
I end my life to it.
It's a cracking song.
It's really not.
It's a good song.
So I just it's the hatred is so deep.
Start out with a kiss, mate.
Nothing is good about that song.
How did it end up like this?
Stop, man. Nothing is good about it because the vocal melody is piss poor, the guitar part is piss poor, the bass is piss poor, the drums are boring, the song is boring, it's monotone, it's dry, it's drab, it has 3 parts to it, and it's awful.
But you're looking at it from a musician.
No, I'm not. I'm looking at it as genuinely as a song. It's terrible.
To me, none of what you said makes any sense.
Yeah, alright, yeah.
So to me, when that song comes on, I just want to go, Brightside, and then jump.
Yeah. Maybe, so this, oh man, this is bad. So this links back to my football hooligans thing, right? And maybe I should just list it as chav culture.
You just hate chavs.
I just hate chavs. But it's like, so I'm not a big fan of Oasis. Yeah, I don't like all that kind of music.
I don't see the big deal.
But like that music, Stone Roses, all of the indie kind of stuff links towards like football fans because it's like songs that you can sing drunk, right? Yeah. And Mr. Brightside is one of those.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Right? It's like Sex on Fire. Like Sex on Fire is
that's a terrible song.
It's not a good song, but people sing it because it's like it's there, right? And it's it's designed. I feel like these songs were written for drunken people.
Like, Sex is on Fire was definitely like, we haven't been successful for a long time, so should we just shave all our beards off and just make a one-hit banger?
They look good in that video, though.
Yeah, it was a good... Like, I think the first Kings of Leon song I saw was, I think, The Bucket.
Oh, God, yeah.
And they are just long hair, long beards, and like,
but they put like 3 albums out, I think, before, or maybe 2, I can't know, but like before Sex on Fire. Because that broke them into...
And then suddenly they just shave all their beards off, trim their hair, look pretty sexy, and then they go, Sex is on Fire, done.
Yeah, and they're like banging. And like, it's just, I mean, maybe there's more to the song. I've looked at the lyrics and even the lyrics is just boring. But I don't know. It's one of those things, every time I hear that intro, I'm over it. Every time I hear the lyric,
does get a bit annoying, but it's...
Now, maybe obviously because I've played clubs and done gigs and played music for for years. So maybe it's worn out on me a lot more than, say, like your average person.
I don't know. I've been at the end of a club every night.
Times. He was there.
I've been the only person on that dance floor of the club when the lights go on and
it's gonna be
when that song comes on. Everyone's trying to get me out. I'm like, no, I'm staying till Brightside's over.
I just can't stand it. And it has to go into Room 101.
I like the song, man. I like it.
Don't make this happen, man. I love Harry Potter, and I put that in there for you.
I'll let you have it, because I will admit, it is one of those songs which...
Alright, here's the thing.
You hear it a lot, and you just get pissed off. I wouldn't have it on a playlist.
Yeah, exactly. So that's fundamentally, that is the...
I'll let you have it, because I wouldn't have it on a playlist. I like the song if I hear it, but I wouldn't put it on a playlist.
We've done it, guys. We've broken it.
So you can have it. It's fine.
Yes.
I'll let you have that.
Thank you.
Because I know it means a lot to you.
You can really feel the passion, can't you?
And yeah, like I said, I wouldn't play it I wouldn't go, oh, you know what I really want to listen to right now? Mr. Brightside.
Does anyone?
I like to know it's there, you know?
I feel like it's one of those songs that like is literally the only time it's ever played is in a dingy nightclub at 2 a.m. as the kick-out song.
Yeah.
Do you know
But to be fair, like I probably wouldn't listen to it anyway, because my Spotify Wrapped, I listened to like 1,000 minutes of music, which is nothing.
Yeah.
My top played song was 8 Times, which was Hall of Fame by The Script.
Oh, that's a banger.
I know. And literally it was like your most popular album, 30 Seconds to Mars. You listen to
classic.
The Kill 7 times. It's not, I don't really have a rich taste in music.
Why are you paying for Spotify? Please tell me you're not paying for Spotify.
No, I don't pay for Spotify.
God, I was going to say,
I
this boy...
listened to The Kill one from yesterday. Like, that's the only songs I listen to.
Great songs. That's so good. Okay, right. We're going to put Mr. Brightside by The Killers in Room 101.
It can go. Put it in there. It keeps him happy.
It's done. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening to episode 2 of our podcast, the Ads Podcast.
It's been a while, but we've been ill.
Yeah, we've been ill. Apologies. Thank you guys for all your patience, for all your support, all the love, everything that you give us every single time. It really means a lot. Thank you for engaging with this podcast and for listening to episode 1. And I hope you enjoyed episode 2. We're going to do a lot more in the foreseeable future, so just keep an eye out on our social medias. Where can they find you as on socials?
Well, they can find me in 2 places.
Ooh.
You've either got you've got Azrael_AW on my Twitch.
Yep.
You can pop there, or you can pop onto my Instagram, which is what even is my Instagram? Shit.
It's at @spoplet.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Thank you. That is my Instagram.
At least I know it. Look at that. Look at me.
That's what we pay him for.
That's what we pay me the big bucks. You can find me on my socials if you want to watch the gaming stuff, that is on our Twitch, which is twitch.tv/Vice_Wolfpack. You can find me on the social media and on Instagram at Callum_Shortland. And you should change that, really. Yeah, and you can also find us on Twitter at the AAW UK for our upcoming wrestling virtual roster wrestling site thing.
Don't forget the Fallen.
That's launching. And you can find us on Instagram at The Fallen Games. I think it's the_Fallen_Games for all of our updates, all of our podcast stuff. Lots of content coming real soon. It's all there for you. It's all there for you to peruse. We also put in the links below ways to support us in various ways, which you can do via buying merch, by listening to this podcast, sharing it with all of your friends. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, please give us a review, because reviews help algorithms, pushes out our podcast to more people, which we would love and appreciate. But be nice, give us a nice 5-star review. And if you're listening on any other platform, thank you so much for your love and continuous support. As always, I've been Vice Wolfpack.
And I've been Azrael.
And we will see you very soon. Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye, guys.